that depends. You come to bug me about the gas bill?
No.
The electric bill?
No.
Can't be the phone. They already turned that off.
May I have just a few moments of your time?
Oh, is that all? Come on in. Time-wise, I'm loaded.
Well, thank you. My name is Patty Lane. I'm conducting a survey of consumer preferences for the Regal Research Institute.
You dig my gizmo?
Yeah, very nice.
A chick I know gave it to me. Mona Moon. That's her over there.
Oh, she's lovely.
Yeah, she sang up a storm, that Mona. Whew.
Really? Well, about the survey.
What survey?
Consumer preferences. You see, one of my company's clients is a beverage company, and we want to know which of these bottles appeals to you most.
Bottles?
Yes. Which one do you like best?
Well, that sort of depends upon what's in them.
Oh, well, you see, right now they're empty, but which one do you dig the most?
Well, I got to level with you, sis. Empty bottles just don't turn me on.
Oh, please, people. And for every answer I get, they give me 50 cents.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well?
Well, let me see here. That's a winner.
Bottle number 3. Now, why do you like bottle number 3 best?
Are you putting me on?
No.
Don't you hear that crazy F sharp?
Crazy F.
Meet Kathy, who lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day. Where Kathy adores a minuet, the ballet russe and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves to rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet, still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
You mean this combo of yours,
Garrison's Gases. GGG for short. Also stands for Go Gate Go. It's quite a gimmick, isn't it? With
Yeah.
3 G's. It's cute.
Yeah.
I don't know why it never caught on.
Your combo hasn't had a job in 3 months, huh?
No, not since little old Mona found another groove and bailed out.
Oh, I see. When Mona left, something dear went out of your life, huh?
Yeah, employment.
That's terrible, Mr. Garrison.
Don't call me Gate. Come on.
Oh, thank you. I mean, it's awful for a talented artist like you to be living in a garret like this. You know what, Mr. Gate? You need someone to take care of you.
Yeah, that's what I kept telling Mona.
Well, what did she say?
Yeah, she stood in the doorway there. She laid a big baby blues on me and said, "Flake off, Charlie." Chick really had soul.
Mr. Garrison, could you spare a moment of your valuable time?
Uh-oh.
Who's that?
The lady of the land.
Who?
Landlady, Madam Scrooge. Don't go away. You growled?
Mr. Garrison, your rent is now 9 weeks overdue.
Well, time do fly, don't it?
No, Mr. Garrison.
Ma'am, look, if you just wait till my ship comes in.
Oh, I've heard that before. Boy, have I heard it.
But, ma'am, see, if we get this booking I'm expecting, I'll lay the bread on you, honest now.
By next Saturday, Mr. Garrison, or Outsville.
Outsville? Hey, you're hip. That's cute, ain't it?
Just remember what I said, Mr. Garrison.
Yes, ma'am, the bread, like Saturday.
Not like Saturday. Saturday.
Ma'am, you heard about this war on poverty we're having?
What about it?
Why are you fighting on the wrong side?
Everything all right?
Oh, don't fuss your head, kitty cat. I just got to latch onto some bread.
You don't have any bread?
Man, I don't even remember what it looks like.
It's terrible. Look, Kate, we only just met, but I like you very much.
Well, turnabout is a way to play. I think you're something else, too, Buttercup.
Thank you. And tonight you're coming home to my house for some good home cooking.
Hey, that's like Twisty.
Yeah, I'll call my mother. She'll be thrilled.
She will.
Yeah, you're an artist. And you won't always be living in this garret.
Yeah, that's what my landlady said.
Gate, someday you're going to make it. And I mean big. You'll be famous and rich and the idol of millions.
I hear you talking.
And years from now, when they make a story about you in Hollywood, the life of Gate Garrison, I wonder who they'll get to play me. I want to try some more steak, Gate.
I'm crazy. This steak is a bear for fair, ma'am.
No, it's sirloin. Oh, you mean you like it?
Oh, yes, ma'am. This is tough.
It is? Oh, I'm sorry.
Mom, tough means great.
The argot of jazz is very interesting, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The, what of jazz?
You know, the language. You musicians have a picturesque way of talking.
We do.
You know, I studied trumpet for a little while, Mr. Garrison.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, but I had to give it up.
Oh, yeah, you had trouble with your lip, huh?
No, with the ears. Ours.
He's something else, man. He's wild.
Where's your group playing these days, Mr. Garrison?
Right now we're at the Shade Nowhere.
That's a fascinating name for a club.
Mom, what Mr. Garrison means is the combo isn't playing any place.
Yeah, but everything will be groovy as soon as my ship comes in.
Oh, I'm sure it will, Mr. Garrison.
Martin, I had your pin reset.
Oh, that looks very charming.
It was an anniversary gift from my husband. Isn't it pretty?
Yes, ma'am. That's a boss piece of candy.
Candy? Is that musician slang for jewelry?
No, that's pokey talk.
Pokey?
Jail. I picked it up from my roomie when I was in the stockade at Fort Bragg.
Oh, Papa was in the army, too.
Yeah. Well, shall we let the ladies clear?
Oh, no, Chief. Come on, let me help.
Hey, are you all right?
It's my back. It's doing that thing again.
Oh, Mr. Garrison, does it hurt a lot?
Well, it's only when I move, really.
Well, Papa, what should we do?
Well, I don't know. Anyway, let's just try to make him comfortable. Could you sit down?
No. Just let me be. It'll pass.
Well, isn't there anything we can do?
Well, if you got some wheels, maybe you could drive me home.
Oh, of course.
Papa, we can't let him go home to that terrible place. Not now, not in his condition. Can he stay here?
Here?
Well, of course he can. We'll put you in the guest room, Mr. Garrison. I'm sure you'll feel much better tomorrow.
I tell you, that back is really giving me some noise.
Come on, Ross, let's get him up to the guest room. Easy.
Gee, how long do these attacks usually go on?
Oh, last time I couldn't move for like 2 weeks. Yeah, greetings, ladies.
Good morning, Mr. Garrison. How's your back?
Oh, well, it's not bad, but they ain't whistling Dixie either.
May I fix you some breakfast?
Oh, no, thanks. Buttercup already dug me up some.
I see she also dug you some wardrobe.
Oh, yeah, well, she figured my threads needed pressing. These are the pop cats.
Yes, I know.
Oh, look, the thingamahoo in your fiddly dee is loose there.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I'll have to get the safety catch repaired.
Yeah, you better do that right away. You might lose it.
Oh, that'd be terrible. It has great sentimental value.
Oh, yeah, diamonds always do. What's taking place in the pot over there?
Beef stew?
Oh, beef stew is a groove. I love it.
Kathy, would you peel some potatoes, please, dear?
Certainly, Aunt Natalie, as soon as I finish the dishes.
Oh, hey, listen, peeling potatoes happens to be one of my licks. Let me.
Oh, no, I'll do it.
What, and get the leavings on you?
Are you sure you know how?
Me, man? Woo-hoo! I'm a real kitchen cat, Daddy. Listen, I told you, remember I was in the stockade in the Army? Well, man, they laid KP on me night and day and night, evenings and twilight time, too, and some of the afternoons. And, man, I'll tell you something. When I was finally sprung out of there, you know that mess sergeant cat? He finally asked me back for a return engagement. Hey, look at that.
Oh, never mind, Mr. Garrison. My husband loves potato balls.
Oh, that's...
Kathy, let's get a broom and sweep up, dear.
Oh, let me.
Oh, no. Let Kathy.
Oh.
Hey, where are you?
Oh, excuse me, ladies. I'm being paged. Hey, Buttercup.
Hi, I brought your trumpet.
Oh, bless you. Oh, have I missed you, baby.
And I brought some other things for you, too.
Oh, groovy. Listen, is it okay if I turn it around and wail into it once? Huh?
Sure. Good object.
Well, Buttercup, you never know when you're going to round the corner and bump into a square.
Can I help you tune up?
Yeah, give me an A, would you?
Boss, how many times have I told you not to play that thing when I'm working? Oh, gee, I'm sorry. I thought that,
Greetings, Chief.
Good morning, Garrison.
Well, I brought us trumpets so we could practice.
That's a strange-looking trumpet case.
Well, I brought some clothes, too, so you'd be more comfortable.
I see.
Oh, yeah, but don't worry about it, Chief. I mean, as soon as my ship comes in, I cut out.
This ship of yours, how do you know it isn't lost at sea?
Boy, you're something else. You got a funny papa cat for Daddy Bird.
Were you planning to do any practicing?
No, I never practice.
Oh, good.
No, I just blow a few riffs once a day for about an hour or so.
Garrison, listen, I've got to write an editorial now. Would you mind riffling a little later?
Oh, no strain, Chief. Listen, I'll just join the silent service. I'll noodle on the mouthpiece if it's okay, sort of keep the lip in shape.
Yeah, fine.
Just noodling, Chief. Does it bug you?
Well, ordinarily it wouldn't, but I'm trying to concentrate.
Take 10, Charlie.
Papa, we have to practice to keep up his lip.
Why don't you have him blow up a few balloons?
The papa cat is a funny cat. Man, he cracks me up. He's so filthy. Hey, what's happening, Chief?
Oh, well, I can't seem to get this thing working.
Oh, here, man, let me. Come on.
You know how to fix a typewriter?
Oh, you heard of know-how? I wrote the book, How to Know How. Move, Daddy. I'll take a crack at this thing, fix her up for you. Okay, all clear, Chief. Give it a shot.
Wow. Thank you, Garrison.
Okay. Hey, that's groovy. Yeah. But it's spooky, too. Yeah. You want me to take another crack at it, Chief?
No, thank you very much, but I think I'll use a pencil.
Oh, you want me to, like, sharpen it?
No. There's just one thing you could do for me.
Yeah, what's that, Chief?
Pull the plug.
Hey, Cousin Cat, you know you blow a mean piano.
You see, Cat? And you didn't think you could play jazz.
You got one that don't want to mix, huh?
Dear, we'll have to have the piano tuner again.
Piano tuner when I'm here?
You can fix a piano?
Man, does President Johnson know how to barbecue a steak?
Really, Mr. Garrison, it'll be fine. Don't bother.
Oh, no bother. Come on, this is my bag, Buttercup. Let me just dig right in here. Uh-huh. I see the problem. That's the beauty right there. Okay. Listen, sis, you can do me a favor. Why don't you fetch me a hammer, pliers, a little roll of black tape, and a big can of beer, huh?
A big can of beer?
Yeah, well, this is thirst-making work, you know.
Oh.
I'll just dig right in here. There we go. Okay, Cousin Cat, take it away. Whale, it's all yours. Hey, listen to that. That's something else, ain't it?
Yes? But what?
What happened to the piano?
Oh, ain't that a gas? Huh? I gotta find out how I did that, man. I could make a lot of sick pianos real well.
Hi, Pablo.
You're home early?
Oh, and with wonderful news. Garrison, your ship finally came in.
It did?
Yep. Starting tomorrow night, Garrison's Gassers are playing what I believe is known as a gig at the Hotel Dorton.
Oh, Papa, that's great.
Wonderful.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
Kate.
Hey, man, that's too much. Where's the Hotel Dorton?
Over there on the east side. It's one of those places where the older society crowd comes to dance. You know, foxtrots, waltzes.
Foxtrots and waltzes, huh?
Show tunes.
Man, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to lose that scene before I make it.
What do you mean, lose it?
I'm sorry. You'll have to cancel the booking.
Why?
Well, Buttercup, Gate Garrison's Gases don't dig that Mickey Mouse jazz. You know, we're like cool.
Gate, it's a job.
Buttercup, I'd rather sit in with that cat with the champagne than the bubbles. Look, you're all heart, Chief, and it ain't your fault because you don't understand Gate Garrison's boys, but when we come on, we like go. Look, thanks anyway, Chief.
They like go, huh? Well, that's just what Garrison's going to do right now.
Papa, you have to respect his integrity.
Patty, I was on the phone all day landing that job for him. I had to make him sound like a combination of Benny Goodman, Peter Duchin, and Leonard Bernstein.
Well, he's an artist. He has to follow his star.
And he can, right out the front door. Garrison, I'd like a word with you.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Chief. I'm just getting ready to split.
Gate, you're not leaving.
Oh, yeah, Buttercup, I gotta move on. Yeah, Chief?
Well,
Oh, where will you go?
Oh, down subway probably, you know, vamp a little till something comes along.
The subway? That's terrible.
Oh, no, it's not so bad. No, I'll find me one of them old-fashioned streetcars, you know, the ones you can really stretch out on those long seats. You were saying, Chief?
No, never mind. It doesn't really matter now.
Gate, you can't sleep in the subway, not with your bad back.
Are you kidding? Buttercup, my back is just fine, just fine.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh! Oh, no.
Papa, you can't let him leave. Not like that.
No. Obviously, somebody up there wants him right here.
Dinner'll be ready in a minute, folks.
Good. Hey, where's Garrison? It's not like him to miss a meal.
Oh, he said he had to go out for a while.
Well, that's a step in the right direction. What are you looking for?
Nothing.
You've been poking around this room. What is it, a one-woman treasure hunt?
Martin, I didn't want to upset you, but I've lost my diamond pin.
Oh, man.
I've ransacked the house. I can't find it any place.
Well, now, just a minute. Hey, kids, would you come in here a minute? Well, it must be around here somewhere, man.
What is it?
Listen, has either one of you seen your mother's diamond pin?
No.
I seem to have misplaced it.
Oh, Mom, that's terrible.
I was sure I had it in my jewel case.
Gee, maybe a thief snuck in and heisted it.
Oh, no, that's impossible. There's always somebody around the house, especially since we acquired Garrison as a permanent boarder.
Hey, cats! Look me over.
Gate. You got a new suit.
Yeah, new threads, new everything, just like I promised, Buttercup, and the ship came in.
Well, what happened?
Well, I'll tell you all about it. Don't go away.
Isn't that great? He found a job.
Yeah, or something.
What do you mean, Martin?
Well, I'm not sure, but you gotta admit, prosperity came around the corner awfully fast.
Papa. Surely you're not suggesting that Gate
Well,
took...
now, he's not a pillar of the community, you know, and, I mean, he did say he spent some time in an army jail.
So?
Yeah. He seemed almost proud of it.
Dad, Gate wouldn't steal. Okay, he's a little unusual, but...
Well, I hope that's all he is, son, but I think I better have a little talk with him.
Wait, Papa. Aren't you being a little unfair?
Well, in what way, honey?
Just because Gate got some money, you're jumping to a wild conclusion.
Patty, I said I was just going to talk to him.
Well, isn't that just as good as accusing him? Don't you see how hurt he'll be?
Now, Patty, don't worry. I'll be very, very diplomatic. Believe me.
Papa, you can't. I know Gate didn't take that pin.
What makes you so sure?
I guess I better tell you.
Tell us what, Patty?
I took the pin.
Patty, what are you talking about?
Well, I wanted to wear it to the dance last night, and while Richard and I were Watusiing, it disappeared.
Honey, why didn't you tell us?
Well, I kept hoping it would turn up, and I was afraid to say anything.
Patty, I don't understand. I mean, you know, no matter what you do, you can always tell us about it.
Well, folks, this time I'm leaving, and it's for real. But before I go, I want to let you know from the leader on down that you've been a grand group.
Gate, can I get in touch with you any place?
Well, no, Buttercup. I'm not going to be any way you can reach me.
Oh, well, you won't keep in touch with us, will you?
Well, not for a long, long while, but I hope I can come back and pay back you cats for everything.
You wouldn't like to pay us back before you leave, would you?
Huh?
Nothing.
Oh, hey, what's the matter with me? I got something for the mama cat.
For me?
Oh, yeah, it's that bobble bubble the chief gave you. I found it in my room just now when I was packing.
You found it in your room?
Yeah, it must have dropped off when you were cleaning up. You better get that safety catch fixed on it right away.
Oh, yes, I will.
Did I say something strange?
Not at all. And we're very grateful to you.
Especially me.
Gate, can I ask you a question?
Buttercup, you could ask for the moon. I'd give it a good try.
Well, why can't you tell us where you're going to be?
Well, I'm going to be on board ship for the next year.
On board ship?
Oh, yeah, me and the combo got booked for a year's cruise in the SS Vagabond. You know, one of them cruise jobs?
You mean all this time you've been talking about a real ship?
Oh, yeah, me and the skipper are old buddies, and he booked me and the combo there for a whole year's cruise. It's gas.
Oh, that's out of this world.
No, just around it. Yeah, I'm going to miss you, civilian, especially you, Buttercup.
Thanks, Gate.
I'll get you a taxi, and Ross, get his bag.
Oh, no, let me.
No!
Well, you folks have really been a groove.
It's been our pleasure, Gate, really.
Your cab's here.
Oh, crazy. Well, take care, cats.
Bye.
Gate, just before you go, I wonder if I could ask you a rather impertinent question.
Well, sure, why not, Chief?
Well, now, you remember you told us that you spent some time in an Army stockade. What were you in for, if you don't mind answering?
Well, no, it was really a gas, man. See, I had this little combo on the base, you know, Garrison's Grenadiers. You know, always with the 3 Gs, see. Anyway, so one night this Eagle Cat comes in.
Eagle Cat?
Colonel.
Oh.
Hey, you catching on, babe.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, they're having a party for the big brass, you know. So the Eagle Cat comes up to me, and he wants me to play Happy Birthday.
And you wouldn't?
Right. So he looks at me like this, and he says, Garrison, that's a direct order. You know, just like that.
And you still refused?
Because of your integrity.
Because we didn't know it.
Happy.
Well, listen, you know, Garrison's boys don't play that icky jive anyway. When we come on, we go. You're not better right now, so take care, you cats. Later.
Bye, Gate. Have a good trip. Don't get seasick.
He's something else.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. The Patties only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even
Honda. Kathy, did I forget anyone? What about the governor? Good idea. Hattie, do you realize what you're doing? You don't think they'll come, huh? Well, you're wrong. When you've got the greatest speaker in the whole wide world, everyone will come to hear him.
Hi, I'm home.
That's Papo. Wait till I tell him the news. Oh, boy, Papo, I got some hot news for you.
Hello, Patty.
Oh, hi. You know Mrs. Donovan, our creative writing teacher?
Uh-huh.
Well, she told us to suggest a guest speaker for the class next Monday, and I got the greatest speaker in the whole wide world.
Gee, that's wonderful.
You don't know the half of it. Mrs. Donovan's so flipped out, she invited other teachers to hear the speaker.
Well, it sounds very exciting. Who is this great speaker?
You?
Meet Kathy, who lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet,
The ballet russe and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves to rock and roll, the hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet! Still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Papa, you can't say no.
I just did.
But you didn't. You already committed.
You're committed. I'm not.
Well, either way, the point is you've got to make a speech in front of that class.
Patty, you had no right to tell Mrs. Donovan I was going to be there without asking me first.
So I got carried away. Papa, I thought you'd jump at it. It's an opportunity to talk to the future writers of America.
Yeah, but I have a newspaper to put out. I just can't get away on Monday morning.
Papa, when was the last time I asked you for a favor?
This morning.
Boy, if I can't bring in my own father, I'll be the laughingstock of the whole school. You love to make speeches.
That's right, and I'm going to make one right now. Patty, in the future, when you want something from someone, have the courtesy to ask them first. You can't go around making commitments for other people. Now, that's something you're going to have to get over. Is that clear?
Can I ask you one question?
Yeah, what is it?
Why won't you make a speech in front of the class?
Patty!
Well, the wheels are in motion. It's like a juggernaut that can't be stopped.
Well, just be sure it doesn't run over you. Where's your mother?
In the kitchen. Any luck? Oh, yeah. Lots of it. All bad. He wouldn't do it. Oh, he'll do it. He just doesn't know it yet. I think you'd better get another speaker. Have I ever missed yet?
She didn't even ask me, Natalie. Now, how could Patty be so irresponsible?
I suppose she was sure you'd accept.
Huh?
Martin, you're going to spoil your dinner.
Well, one little olive? Ah, she's going to have to tell Mrs. Donovan she spoke too soon.
Well, you do like to make speeches, Martin.
But that's not the point, Natalie. I mean, it's one thing to be a guest speaker. It's another thing to be a captive. Besides, I couldn't make it on Monday morning anyway. That's when we have our staff meetings. She's just going to have to get somebody else.
And the way she talked, I don't think she's planning to get anybody else.
Oh, it's not my problem.
I hope not. Martin.
Oh, one little radish?
Hi, Kath.
Hello, Richard.
Hiya, Patty.
Hi, Rich.
Well, did you talk to him? Is he going to do it?
Yeah. No.
Well, what does that mean? Is he going to speak or isn't he?
Of course he is, Richard. But he doesn't know it yet.
Oh, you've done it again. I told you should have asked him first.
Will you stop worrying? I told you he'll be there.
He seemed awful positive.
Of course I'm positive. In fact, I'll bet you dinner in the theater that my father will make that speech Monday morning. Is it a bet?
Would you mind if I got a drink of water before I made my decision?
No.
Thanks.
Well,
Hi.
hello, Richard.
Oh, Richard.
Mr. Lane, are you going to speak at Patty's class on Monday?
No, Richard, I'm not.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Thanks a lot. Bye. It's a bet.
Busy, darling?
Oh, no. I was just finishing up an editorial. Sit down.
I just had a long talk with Patty while she helped me with the dishes.
Patty who?
This thing on Monday is really very important to her.
Oh, it's more important than you know, Nat. Do you realize what week this is?
No,
National Character Building Week.
I never heard of it.
I just made it up. Listen, Nat. Patty has to learn sooner or later that she cannot use people. Now, I'd probably be willing to speak at her school, but I'm not going to let her force me into a position where I have to speak there.
You won't change your mind?
Well, I sure won't.
All right, I'll just have to tell her that I did the best I could.
Do you mean that she sent you in here to talk to me?
Oh, Martin, she seems so desperate and, I don't know, helpless.
Patty's about as helpless as a Sherman tank.
She said it was like a juggernaut that couldn't be stopped.
Well, I'm sure it's not that serious, Nat. She probably doesn't even know what a juggernaut is.
Come to think of it, I'm not sure I do.
No, it was from Hindu mythology. It was a monstrous wagon with a religious idol on the top of it. And they used to roll it down the street, and fanatics would throw themselves under the wheels. They get carried away by their emotions, you know.
Patty knows what a juggernaut is.
Uncle Martin, are you busy?
No. I was just finishing up an editorial. Sit down.
Thank you. Oh, my, isn't that interesting? It must be wonderful to be able to influence so many people.
Well, I'm not sure I'm influencing anybody. I just express my opinion.
You know, the greatest place to mold opinions is in the school, where the minds are at a formative stage.
No.
No what?
No, I'm not going to speak at Brooklyn Heights High on Monday morning. Now, Kathy, you got a lot of common sense. How could you let Patty use you that way?
Use me?
Well, sure. She sent you in here to plead her cause.
Well, she didn't exactly send me.
Well, she doesn't exactly send me either. Look, you tell her that you took the message to Garcia and he said no.
Martin, are you certain you won't change your mind?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then I'm worried.
Why?
Because Patty's not going to change her mind either.
You busy, Dad?
No, I was just finishing up an editorial. Sit down. Over here.
I'd like to talk to you about Patty's birthday. You see, I figured that this year, instead of giving her handkerchiefs or something, we might do something nice for her. I think that it would make Patty very happy if you went to speak at her school.
When did you develop this sudden interest in Patty's welfare?
What's so sudden about it? I've always been interested in Patty's welfare. It's just that I've been too busy up to now to do anything about it.
Oh.
Yes, sir. In my book, Patty's okay. So won't you please do it? It'd mean a lot to her. And to me.
What does it mean to you?
$1 if you say maybe, 2 if you say yes.
So what you're suggesting is that instead of the usual birthday present, we should give Patty something different. Me.
Right.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah?
Sure. I think if I speak at her school, it'd be a wonderful birthday present.
Then you'll do it?
I'll be glad to. On her birthday. Next December.
Well, you can't win them all.
Yeah, I know that, Ross. And you know it. The question is, does Patty know it?
Ross, here. Well, how'd you do?
He said he'd speak at your school for your birthday.
Oh, Ross, isn't he the greatest? That little kid went right in there and talked him right into it. What else did he say?
Would you buy me a soda before I tell you?
You said he'd do it.
Yeah, but you'll have to wait till December.
Well, fellas, what'll it be?
I'll have a chocolate sundae.
And I'll have another peanut butter and jelly sandwich with a chocolate soda. And don't forget the onions.
A chocolate soda with onions?
Don't be silly. They're for the peanut butter and jelly. Excuse me a minute. Well, Patty?
If you say I told you so.
I wasn't going to say that, but now that you mention it, I told you so.
Oh, boy, there's Mrs. Donovan.
Hello, Kathy.
Hello, Mrs. Donovan.
Hello, Mrs. Donovan.
Oh, don't get up. Don't get up.
This is my cousin Ross. Ross, this is Mrs. Donovan, Patty's creative writing teacher.
Oh, that, Mrs. Donovan.
Did you lose something, Patty?
No. Hi there, Mrs. Donovan.
I can't tell you how I'm looking forward to hearing your father on Monday.
We're all looking forward to it, aren't we, Patty?
You must be pretty excited about it.
Oh, yes.
Her father is, too.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, he hasn't been this excited about anything in years.
Well, you tell your father how much we're looking forward to hearing him speak.
I will. You know, I sure hope he doesn't get called away to the Far East this weekend.
Well, is there a possibility of that?
Oh, well, you never know with the newspaper editor. They have to go where the news is. And the situation's pretty flaky down there, you know.
Well, if he's in the Far East, we'll understand. But if he's here, we'll expect him at school on Monday.
Well, what are you going to do now, Patty?
It's very simple, Richard. I'll just figure out a way to get my father to the Far East for the weekend.
The important thing to remember about writing is that the creative faculty is there for all of us to use. But like any other faculty, if we want to develop it, we must constantly use it and improve it.
I thought you'd gone. Aren't you playing golf today?
No. I called Eddie Sheldon and told him to go on without me.
What are you doing?
Oh, well, I'm just rehearsing a little speech.
What kind of a little speech?
Well, it's a little speech for Patty's creative writing class on Monday.
Oh, darling. I can't thank you enough.
Well, what for?
For getting Patty off my neck. Oh, she's going to be so tickled.
Well, to be perfectly blunt about it, I'm not really doing it for Patty.
No?
No, I got to thinking about it, and I decided, why should I deprive the whole class?
You mean why deprive them of the greatest speaker in the world?
Yeah. No. Well, okay, yeah.
Wonder if Patty knows how lucky she is to have a father like you.
Well, if she doesn't, I'll tell her. You know, I had to change our whole staff meeting around to do this, and this thing is really developing. I mean, it's something a lot bigger than Patty bargained for.
What do you mean?
Well, I told TJ about it, and he thought there might be a story in it. So we've assigned a reporter and a photographer to cover my speech. You know, famous editor addresses his daughter's creative writing class.
I thought you were going to address the class.
Well, I am. Oh.
I think it's just marvelous. Wish I knew where Patty was. I'd call her.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the look on her face when I take her off the hook.
I'll let you know what happens, Richard. Patty, are you sure you know what you're doing? Of course I do. It's one of my finer moments. When I tell Papa that I've invited a rival editor to come and talk to my class, he'll beg me to let him come. But you haven't invited anyone else. That doesn't make any difference. You just don't know anything about psychology. Watch me fix it. Papa!
I'll let you break the news to her.
Oh, hi, Mom. Can I talk to you a minute?
Is it about that speech on Monday?
Yeah, how'd you guess?
Well, because I'd like to talk to you about that speech, too.
Papa, before you start, I want you to know that I've been thinking it over and I realized I was wrong.
Well, so long as you realize what you did.
So I asked someone else to make the speech for me.
You what?
What do you mean you invited someone else?
Just what I said. You know Mr. Connolly of the Evening Express? He said he'd be delighted to do it. Isn't that the end?
The living end.
You mean it doesn't grab you?
You mean that you asked the editor of that scandal sheet to address your class?
Oh, it's not such a bad paper, Papa. And I understand Mr. Connolly's a great speaker.
Patty, how could you do this?
I thought I was the greatest speaker in the whole wide world.
Well, you are, Papa. But Mr. Connolly's going to be there. See ya.
See that little girl who just walked out of here? Do you know what she's done to me? She has made me the laughingstock of the whole newspaper business.
Oh, Martin, now, it's not that bad.
It isn't. Do you know what I have to do now? I have to get on the phone and tell TJ that my daughter has rejected me in favor of the editor of the Evening Express. Nat, how could she do that to me?
Martin, why don't you explain it to her?
Explain it. Oh, you mean beg her to let me speak there? Well, I wouldn't speak there now if my whole life depended on it.
She did invite you first, you know. I mean, there's really no reason to be upset.
Who's upset? And I'll tell you another thing. That Connolly has been spoiling for a fight for a long time. He probably put Patty up to this, turning my own daughter against me. Okay, if it's war he wants, that's what he's going to get. War.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to rewrite Monday's editorial. You know, the Evening Express has been opposed to bond issues for schools for a long time. Well, I'm going to ask them on the front page of the Chronicle how they have the nerve to send their editor down there to speak to a group of high school students. Wait a minute, I have a better idea. I'm going to send a reporter down to cover his speech. And then I'm going to print that speech right on the front page opposite the editorial he wrote attacking the bond issue. I'll nail him to the mast.
Darling, calm down.
I am calm, Natalie. I'm calm.
Does it work? Like a charm. Oh, Kathy, man, it's so easy to handle when you've got the key.
Are you sure you didn't force the lock?
Of course I'm sure. In 3 minutes, there will be a knock on that door, and Papa will come in, and he'll say,
Patty, I've been thinking it over, and, well, you were right. I should have accepted your invitation to speak for the class, and, well, if it's not too late, maybe you could call Connolly and tell him you've made other arrangements.
I'm more powerful than I thought. Man!
Patty,
Yes, Papa?
I have been thinking about your invitation to Connolly.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I would like to tell you something.
Go ahead.
I think it's the best thing you could have done.
You do?
Yeah, and in fact, you can tell him from me that the Chronicle is going to send a reporter down there to cover his speech, and I would like to hear what he has to say about that.
Papa, look, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe you'd reconsider about speaking at the school. Why can't we sit down and talk it over,
Oh, we can sit down, but there's nothing to talk about. Everything I have to say from now on, I will say on the front page of the Chronicle.
The Chronicle?
Yeah, I have just declared war on the Evening Express.
Well, what you going to do now, Patty?
What's left? I just started World War III.
Patty?
Hi, Rich.
Kathy told me the bad news.
I've done it again.
No, you haven't. This time you've outdone yourself. You've got 2 speakers who aren't going to speak, and you started a newspaper war.
You know, that's what I like about you, Rich. Whenever things look blackest, you're always there with a word of doom.
I just want you to face facts.
I can't.
Why not?
If I did, I'd kill myself.
You never even asked Connolly to speak, did you?
I may be a lot of things, but I'm not a traitor. I wouldn't go to that scandal sheet if you paid me. Do you know they've been against every bond issue for new schools? The only person I wanted to speak there was my father. Have you ever heard him speak, Richard? He's really great. He gets so excited about everything he says, and he gets everybody else excited. I guess he's just about the greatest speaker in the whole wide world.
Except Monday morning.
Except Monday morning. Don't worry about those tickets, Rich. I'll get them, and you decide where you'd like to have dinner.
Oh, don't worry about that. You can forget our bet. I'm worried about you. The president of the school board is going to be there Monday morning. Your father is sending a reporter, and you haven't got a speaker.
Think anybody will notice?
You'd go to Mrs. Donovan and explain.
On Saturday?
Well, what about the...
I tried. She's not listed in the phone book.
Well, there's one other solution.
Oh, I thought of that. But I'm a coward.
Tell your father the truth.
Kathy thought of that. I can't.
Well, why not?
Richard, the reason Papa was not going to school in the first place is because he thought I tried to force him into it. Don't you see, if I go to him now and tell him what I've done, he'll think I'm using even more pressure to get him to do it. I can't. It's my own private little disaster.
Well, if it's any help to you, I'm on your side, Patty.
Sure it helps, Rich.
Isn't Patty coming down to breakfast?
I don't think she's feeling very well, Uncle Martin.
Well, isn't she going to school today?
I don't know.
This is D-Day, isn't it?
Yes, I guess you could call it that.
You going to be there?
No, but we're sending a photographer and a reporter to cover it.
Uncle Martin, do you really think that's wise?
Yeah, I think so, Kath.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning, darling.
Well, bye, everybody.
Aren't you having any breakfast?
I'm not hungry.
Well, I must say you don't seem very happy in your hour of triumph. I mean, it isn't every day that you can convince the managing editor of a newspaper to address your high school class.
It isn't any day.
I guess all the excitement's just gone to my stomach. Papa, I just want you to know that whatever happens, I love you. Bye.
Well, I wonder what's gotten into her.
Guilt feelings, probably. Well, I better get on downtown.
Uncle Martin, may I speak with you a moment, please?
Oh, sure, Kath.
Privately?
Oh, well, why don't we go in the living room?
Ross, you can help me clear.
Haven't you ever heard of the child labor laws, Mom? Besides, I won't eavesdrop.
Ross. Good morning, students. Well, this is a red-letter day for the class. And on behalf of the entire class, I'd like to thank Patty Lane for arranging to have her father address us. Now, this is Mr. Dratler, the president of the Board of Education. And, of course, you all know Mr. Lewis, our principal. Oh, and Mr. Lane's speech is being covered by the New York Daily Chronicle. Now, before her father speaks, I imagine Patty has a few things she'd like to say to us. Patty?
As you know, my father is the managing editor of a newspaper, and managing editors are very busy people. They are always busy managing their paper, and one person shouldn't really commit another person to do something unless she checks with him. So I'm here to apologize to you because...
Because I'm late. I'm sorry about that, but as my daughter said, a newspaper editor is pretty busy editing his newspaper.
Papa.
That's all right, honey. You just sit down and relax and listen to the greatest speaker in the whole wide world. Thank you. Thank you very much. Stay with you. Hi, Dad.
Hi, darling. Well, tell me, how did it go?
I was a smash.
I'm sure you were.
Patty home?
No, she stopped off at Richard's, but she should be home any minute.
Yeah. You know, I may have let myself in for more than I'd bargained for.
What do you mean?
Well, Mrs. Donovan said that next month they're going to have a citywide meeting of all the creative writing classes, and they're looking for a guest speaker.
Oh, no.
Oh, well, that's okay. I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Papa.
Hi, honey.
Well, I guess you heard.
Yes?
Oh, boy, was I a sensation.
You were?
Oh, yeah. Mrs. Donovan went on and on to the class about how you have to use your imagination when you're picking a guest speaker. All the kids were even telling me how thrilled they were.
Yeah. Incidentally, how was your father?
Oh, Papa was fine. You know, even Mr. Lewis congratulated me.
Well, I'm glad we both had such a triumph.
You know that Mrs. Donovan said I could pick all the guest speakers from now on?
Gee, that's wonderful. She was mentioning something about a conference of creative writers next month.
Yeah, you know who I'm going to get for that?
Well, I have an idea.
The greatest speaker in the whole wide world. Vice President Hubert Humphrey.
What a crazy pair, but they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind.
like I'm doing.
Oh. May I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Don't ever take it up as a profession.
Patty, have we got any steak in the house?
We're having chicken for dinner. What do you want to steak? Ross, what happened to your eye?
I was attacked by a monster.
Oh, you mean some bully did that to you?
Forget it, Patty. Just tell me where I can find some steak to put on this eye.
No, I'm not going to forget it. What do you think sisters are for? I'm not going to sit here and let something like this happen to you.
Gee, Patty, I didn't think you'd get so steamed up about it.
Well, of course I'm steamed up. Now, who did that?
His name's Jerry Mitchell. He's a new kid at school.
Well,
He's about 3 inches taller than I am, and he weighs about 10 pounds more than I do.
how did the fight start?
I don't know. At recess, he started shoving me around, and when I told him to cut it out, he belted me in the eye.
Come on.
Where are we going?
To school to get his address, and then we're going over to his house, and I'm going to turn him over my knee and give him a spanking he'll remember for the rest of his life.
Are you really?
I told you, no one but no one lays a hand on my kid brother.
Hello, I'm Alan Mitchell.
You are? I'm Patty Lane.
Well, it seems that my little brother Jerry got in a fight with your brother today, and I came by to apologize. We just moved into the neighborhood, and I'm afraid that's a bad way to get started. Oh, boy. Well, if it's any consolation to you, my brother has a black eye, too.
You gave his brother a black eye? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. What? Come in, won't you, Mr. Mitchell?
Alan.
Alan.
Oh, boy.
Meet Kathy, who lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair. But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet,
The ballet russe and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves to rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet. Still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
As a matter of fact, we were just on our way over to your house.
Oh? What for?
Well, to apologize.
Apologize?
That's right. As I was saying to Ross, one just doesn't go around getting into fights with new neighbors, does one?
I didn't get into a fight with him. He got into a fight with me.
Ross, why don't you go find yourself a steak, I'm terribly sorry about this. Ross must learn to control his temper.
No, I'm not so sure it was Ross's fault. I have a feeling that Jerry likes to fight.
Well, don't you worry. I have a feeling they're going to be very good friends.
Well, I hope so.
I believe in being neighborly, Alan. Where are you from?
Oregon.
Oh.
Yeah, we just moved here last week.
You planning to stay for a while?
Yes, My dad just bought a sports car agency here in town.
A sports car agency? I love sports cars.
Do you? Well, so do I. I have 3 of them.
You have 3 sports cars?
Yeah, I race them.
I'll bet you win a lot.
I have a few trophies. Hey, maybe you'd like to go for a ride sometime.
I'd love to.
All right, I'll give you a call.
Okay.
I've really got to go now and get dressed for a date.
Yeah, I'd better be getting dressed, too. Dinner in the theater, you know. It gets to be such a bore doing the same thing every night.
Well, I'll tell you, I'll have Jerry apologize to Ross.
Oh, don't you do any such thing. I'll have Ross apologize to Jerry. I mean, after all, your brother's new in the neighborhood. And we wouldn't want anyone in your family to get the wrong impression of anyone in our family.
Yeah, well, I'll see you. Bye-bye.
Bye. See ya. What are you doing with that?
We didn't have any steak in the house. Besides, it's none of your business. You're not a member of my family anymore.
Oh, come on, Ross. I did it for your own good.
You're a Benedict Arnold.
Do you want to be known as the town bully?
No, and I don't want to be known as the town punching bag either.
You're not going to be. You and Jerry Mitchell are going to be very good friends.
Why?
Because he's going to be your brother-in-law.
Oh, Kathy, would you pour some milk, please?
So where's Ross? I haven't seen him since I got home.
He's up in his room, dear.
Well, isn't he coming down for dinner?
Patty, will you go see what your brother's doing?
He's not my brother anymore.
Patty, have you and Ross been fighting again?
He's been fighting, but not with me.
Oh, I'll get the salad.
Hi, Dad.
Oh, hi, son. Ross, how'd you get that black eye?
By being a bully.
You were in a fight?
Yes, sir.
Well, now, Ross, you know how I feel about things like that.
Oh, I couldn't help it, Dad.
Dad, do you think it's neighborly to go around beating up new kids in the neighborhood?
I don't think it's neighborly to go around beating up anybody.
Well, I was minding my own business in the schoolyard, and this new kid named Jerry Mitchell came up to me and started shoving me around. And when I asked him to quit it, he hauled off and belted me in the eye.
Oh. Well, Ross, when somebody behaves that way, there must be a reason for it. Maybe he has a personality problem or something of that kind. But violence is no solution to a problem. Now, you're an intelligent boy. The next time he pushes you around, I want you to use that intelligence. Talk to him. Reason with him.
Well, what if I do all those things and he still won't listen?
Then you can belt him in the eye.
Okay, Jerry. Who is it?
It's Patty. Hi there. Look what I brought you, my transistor radio. You've always wanted it. It's yours.
What's the catch?
What's there anything about a catch? If a sister can't be nice to her own brother, who can she be nice to?
Jerry Mitchell's brother.
Well, it can't hurt you to be nice to Jerry. Now, I want you to invite him to dinner tomorrow night.
Okay, but he won't come.
Why not?
Because tomorrow morning I'm going to punch him in the nose.
You better not.
I thought you were on my side.
I'm on the side of peaceful coexistence. Now, tomorrow morning I want you to go up to Jerry and shake his hand and tell him you're very sorry.
Go up to him, shake his hand, and tell him I'm very sorry.
That's right.
Then I'll punch him in the nose.
Oh, Ross, this is your last warning. I don't want to hear of you fighting with Jerry.
Oh, I'll try and keep it quiet.
Try to befriend somebody.
Sisters.
Any luck? He thinks he's Cassius Clay. I don't know what's gotten into him, Kathy. All I know is I'm not going to let him ruin things between Alan and me. What about Richard and you? We can't ruin that. Oh, Kathy, wait till you meet him. He's really something else. Yes, and I think I know what. What? Trouble. Pat, you hardly know Alan. You're siding with him against your own brother. Just because I'm going out with Alan doesn't mean I'm against Ross. When are you going out with him? The second he asks me.
Hi, Kath.
Ross, what happened?
Nothing.
Jerry Mitchell again, hmm?
At recess, he started shoving me around again. I tried to stay away from his right hook, but then I found out something. He's got a left hook you wouldn't believe.
Who started it?
I did, I guess. I went up to say hello to him, and he hit me in the eye.
It's terrible. Did you hit him back?
Who had a chance?
Ross, you can't come home like this every day. We've got to do something about it.
I know. I'm running out of eyes. I can't do anything about it, Kathy. He's just too big.
Size doesn't mean anything.
You want to bet?
Ross, we're going to fix that young Jerry Mitchell right now.
Where are you going?
I'm going to call someone who's going to teach you how to fight. Hello, Richard. This is Kathy. Could you come right over, please? We have an emergency here. Fine.
You mean to say this kid just came up to you and beat you up without any reason?
Oh, he's got a reason. He's bigger than I am.
Can you teach Ross to box?
I'll do better than that. I'll teach him some judo.
Oh, boy. Can you really do it?
Certainly. I've been trained for years.
Will it take long?
I can teach him enough tricks to take care of himself in a couple of hours.
Wonderful. I'll just sit by and watch.
Oh, good. Let me see your muscle. You better put some old clothes on, though. You're going to be falling a lot.
It's certainly nice of you to do this, Richard.
Oh, my pleasure. But why didn't Patty ask me?
Patty?
Well, I mean, it's her brother.
Well, Richard, I think it would be better if we didn't mention this to Patty right now.
Why not?
I think we should surprise her.
Boy, she's really going to be surprised when she learns that I taught Ross, isn't she?
Yes. Hello, Alan? This is Patty.
Patty?
Lane, Ross's older sister.
Oh, yeah, sure. Hi.
Hi. Listen, how's your little brother?
Well, he's fine.
Oh, good. I was worried about him. Look, the reason I called is, well, I wanted to be sure you told him not to worry about Ross bothering him anymore.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry about Jerry.
Oh, good, because I wouldn't want him to get the wrong impression of our family.
Well, I'll mention it to him.
Good. How are all your sports cars?
Oh, well, they're fine.
Good. Have you won any races lately?
Since yesterday? No.
Oh. Well, you know, I was thinking about it. I mean, after you mentioned it yesterday. It must be wild driving around in a car like that with all that power throbbing inside of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it must give you a great sense of, a power, huh?
Yes, it's really quite a kick.
Yeah. Well, did I tell you I'd never ridden in a sports car?
Yeah, I think you did. If you'll excuse me, I've got to go now.
Oh, you're gonna go driving in your car?
No, I'm going down to Miller's garage and working my carburetor.
You mean you fix cars? Oh, I think it's marvelous to be able to work with your hands.
Well, thank you for calling.
Oh, that's all right. I was just sitting here thinking, and I thought... Well, I thought I'd like to go out for a breath of fresh air. And then I thought, no, first I better call and see how your little brother is. You say he's okay, huh?
Yes, he's fine.
Oh, well, that's good, because I was really worried about him. By the way, isn't my house right on the way to Miller's garage?
No, Miller's garage is right around the corner from here.
Oh, well, then you can practically walk there, can't you? Well, I mean, if you didn't need your car to fix it when you got there.
Yes.
I mean, you say your brother's really all right, huh?
Yes, I'm sure he's fine. Thank you for calling now. Bye.
All right, feet set. All right, now throw a punch at me. Oh, wait a minute. Not so fast. You gotta go slower. I can't teach you.
Oh, all right.
Throw another punch. Parry with the left, grab the wrist, twist the arm up behind, and hold onto the shirt. You got it?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, you try.
Go ahead. Throw a punch in.
Now, come in a little closer. All right, okay. Parry, grab. Okay, Ross.
Hey, I got it.
Yeah, you're breaking my arm, too.
Well, it didn't take long to learn that at all, did it?
I can teach him enough tricks so he'll throw that Jerry Mitchell around the schoolyard like a basketball. I'm supposed to be teaching you.
Oh, sorry. Just get carried away.
You need more than one hold anyway. Okay, now. Come in a little closer and get your feet apart.
All right.
I'm going to show you the kick-back throw. You step in, grab the shoulders, and kick. Ross, do you want to learn or don't you?
Hi, Kathy. Have I had any calls? Not since I've been home. You sure? Yes. I mean, you're sure Alan Mitchell didn't call me? Was he supposed to? Well, I happened to run into him at Miller's garage, and he said he might call. What were you doing at Miller's garage? Never mind. You know, Kathy, you'll never know how different a car looks from underneath. I beg your pardon. Well, I mean, they keep all kinds of secret things under there. Patty, do you mean to tell me you crawled under a car to talk to Alan Mitchell? Of course not. It was up on a rack. You know, he really looks cute in overalls with grease all over him. By the way, have you seen Ross? I don't think he's home from school yet.
Oh, I just want to make sure he stops picking on poor little Jerry Mitchell. Been picking on poor little Jerry Mitchell again?
Very funny.
Didn't you use the judo hold Richard taught you?
Sure I did. Only he got out of it and flipped me over.
What about the kickback throw?
I tried everything.
Well, don't you worry, Ross. We're not licked yet.
What do you mean, we?
You say this kid knows judo?
I'll say he does.
I'll bet you he doesn't know karate, and that's what I'm going to teach you.
Are you sure it works?
Have I ever failed you? Never mind. I promise you, tomorrow this kid's going to be running from you in terror. Get up.
He is?
Sure, it's the most dangerous thing there is. Notice anything special about my hand?
It needs washing.
It's a deadly weapon.
It is?
As a matter of fact, in a lot of states, a karate expert has to register his hand with the proper authorities. Now watch this. First you get the balance. Then aim. Perfect aim. A lot of concentration. Then take a deep breath. You notice the aim? Keep your eye on that. Now watch.
You're right. It is a deadly weapon.
I think you're right, Richard. Ross does need some fundamental training.
There you are. A week with these and Ross will look like Samson.
Good. Well, should we... Richard. Richard! Those are for Ross, shall we call him?
Oh, okay.
Thought I'd fix that thing. I'll just stay like that till I get my tools.
This is one of the best bodybuilders there is.
Hello, Uncle Martin.
Hello, Brad.
Oh, hi, Mr. Lane. Can I help you?
Oh, gee, thank you, Richard. That's very nice. Oh, I'll need that in the house.
Oh,
Thanks a lot.
those are pretty tricky. You gotta take it easy at first. Now, wait a minute, Ross. You gotta do this right. First, we gotta make sure your thumbs are folded down right. There, like that. Okay. Now, I want you to think of all your strength being in your shoulders, your arms, and your wrist. And when I say pull, I want you to pull with all your might. Are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Okay. Ready? Pull!
Are you all right?
That was great, Ross. Come on, get up.
I can't.
Why not?
Well, there's no strength in my little legs. It's all gone to my shoulders, arms, and wrists.
You know what the trouble with you is?
What?
Psychological. You know what I mean, Kath?
I think so.
What you need is confidence, see?
Yeah.
What you should do is say to yourself, I'm stronger than he is, I can beat him.
Yeah.
Well, say it.
I'm stronger than he is. I can beat him.
Say it again.
I'm stronger than he is. I can beat him.
Once more.
I'm stronger than he is. I can beat him.
Did you say I'm stronger than he is, I can beat him?
I didn't get a chance.
Why not?
When I opened my mouth, he stuck his fist in it.
You're kidding.
Do I look like I'm kidding? Oh, it was pitiful. I tried judo and he threw me. Then I played my ace card. I started that karate move you showed me. You're right. It's murder.
Oh, hi, Rich. How Holy cow, you look like a disaster area. What happened?
Nothing.
Don't tell me you've been fighting with little Jerry Mitchell again.
Patty, you've got it all wrong. Jerry Mitchell has been beating up Ross. That's why I've been teaching Ross self-defense.
Self-defense?
Yeah, you know, defending himself.
You've been what?
Yeah, it was Kath's idea.
Thanks a lot, cousin. Well, someone had to do something about Ross. Well, somebody is going to do something about Ross right now.
What's the matter, Patty?
I'd rather not go into it at the moment. I'll get it.
Hi.
Hi, Alan.
May I talk to you for a minute?
Sure, let's go someplace quiet.
It's Jerry Mitchell's brother.
Come on in, Alan.
Thank you.
This is my cousin Kathy, this is Alan Mitchell, and this is Richard Harrison.
Hi.
Alan is a brother of a friend of Ross's.
A what of mine?
Yes, Jerry mentioned to me that you two had another fight today.
Oh, I'm sure it was just a friendly little argument. You know how those things happen.
I've told Jerry 1,000,000 times not to get in any fights.
Then why is he always fighting?
Well, I guess it's my fault. I taught him a little boxing and some judo and karate, and it must have gone to his head.
No, it went to mine.
He told me that you tried to use some of that against him. You shouldn't have, you know. He's really pretty good.
Good, he's an expert.
And so will Ross be when I'm through teaching him. He just needs a little practice.
Now, look, it's not a good idea to encourage this sort of thing.
Who says so?
Oh, look, why don't we all go down and have a nice soda, huh?
Look, you shouldn't fool around with things you don't understand.
How about a milkshake?
Things I don't understand. I've been studying judo for 3 years.
How, by correspondence?
Sunday.
Come out in the backyard and I'd be glad to give you a little demonstration.
A banana split.
Now, look, I wouldn't want to take advantage of you.
Don't worry. You won't be. We'll be right back.
What are you going to do?
Teach your friend here a little lesson.
Listen, my car is right outside. As soon as I get finished with him, I'll take you on that drive I promised you, okay?
I gotta see this.
Patty, are you just going to stand there and let this happen? Kathy, it's been happening since time began. Brave men fighting over the woman they love. Who am I to fly in the face of tradition? You mean you're not going to do anything? And embarrass both of them? You really don't know much about male psychology, do you? Oh! Let's go! What happened?
He's out cold.
Who is?
What do you think?
Richard! What happened? I thought you were an expert.
How much can you learn through the mail?
Well, I'm ready if you are. We can take a drive along the Merritt Parkway.
Do you think I would go out with a bully like you?
A bully like me?
Of course, look what you've done to me.
Ow!
I'm sorry. Don't you worry, I'll take very good care of you, Richard.
I don't understand.
How could you understand? You and your big moose of a brother are too busy going around beating up the neighborhood. I will thank you, Mr. Mitchell, to leave and never darken my doorway again. I'll show you to the door.
Yes. You know, I thought I understood women.
Oh, I'm sure you do. You just don't understand Patty.
What he didn't tell me was he was boxing champ in college. Boy, did he make me feel like an amateur.
Oh, Richard, I'm so sorry it happened.
Oh, it was worth it, Mrs. Lane. You should have seen the way Patty lit into him.
Well, I should hope so.
You know, she's over there now straightening out that moose of a brother of his.
Don't you think it would be better if we just forgot the whole thing?
Yeah, maybe we ought to keep these feuds confined to the family and not involve strangers.
Well, I don't want to feud anymore. I feel like I got my sister back again.
How'd it go, champ?
Richard, here's a steak for you. Ross, here's a steak for you.
What's the chicken for?
That is a rough family.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. The Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You